Hey everybody, how you doing? I just wanted to stop on here real quick. Thank you for all your nice comments on the last video, and some of you guys just asked me to play guitar sometime, so no time like the present. I'm actually making a fire and it went out. Got distracted. But we can't do that, right? As a people, we can't let our fires go out. I know it's overwhelming right now. It feels kind of hopeless. It's designed to make you feel that way. Don't buy into it, you know. Not that it's not incredibly harrowing, the situation we're going through, and we obviously have a madman in charge of our country now. And he's basically trolling the United States with these appointments. He's picking the worst people possible. Predators and corrupt men and women. He just handed the Department of Energy over to a fracking executive, you know. Or at least he intends to. And most of these cabinet choices will probably get confirmed, either through recess appointments or the lack of backbone exhibited by the GOP. We know how this plays out. The media goes crazy, covers it breathlessly, you know. We get all worked up. I'm not saying to ignore it. I'm saying we can't let it dilute our spirit and kind of create so much anger. At least that's what it does to me. I can only speak for myself, but we got to sort of maintain our own equilibrium amongst all this insanity, while paying enough attention to kind of do something about it and stay informed. You know, it's a difficult balance, but life is all about balance, right? And there's a wisdom inside you can sort of tap into that'll help you maintain that equilibrium. And the good news is it works differently for everybody else, you know? So what might work for me doesn't work for you. It doesn't matter. You just have to find something and kind of do it, as I'm always talking about on the podcast, you know. Whatever activity you can do that kind of puts you in the moment. Cooking, creating, reading, making a fire, going for a walk, looking at nature, reading a book, whatever it is. You owe it to yourself to kind of keep your own fire stoked, because that helps everybody else, you know. A lot of this is about energy, because we need like a transformation. We need people to wake up to who they really are. In essence, Trump was able to con all these people because he's making them forget their true nature, you know. They're buying into bigotry and division and bullshit. Deep down, they probably all sense somehow that it's not the right thing to do, but they look around and everybody around them is doing it, and it's wrapped in a flag and fearful rhetoric, and you're told it makes you a patriotism and we're going to be successful and great. Of course, none of that's going to happen. He's going to victimize and marginalize people for his own gain. He's going to pilfer the treasury. His kids and everybody around him is going to run every scam they can think of for the next 4 years. They'll leave this country a lot worse off than they found it, if we even get it back. And that's happening because people tuned out. They didn't even understand what was at stake, you know. Do you think any of the people that voted for him are paying close attention to these cabinet choices or the dangers inherent in them? They're not. They might know Matt Gaetz from trolling online, but they don't understand what it means to put a man like that in charge of the Justice Department. That's almost the irony of this whole situation, is that people voted against their own self-interest, you know, the same type of people that call themselves patriots, you know, that are so proud, as they should be, of their own family members that have served in the military. It's ironic that they're not completely insulted when he puts a guy like Pete Hegseth, you know, as Secretary of Defense. I mean, it's disgusting. Hopefully he won't get away with that. But who knows, you know. That's the other thing with Trump, you know, and I say hopefully he doesn't get away with it, because we just found out about this sexual assault accusation that the guy had the victim sign an NDA, the woman who filed the complaint, and he got away with it then, and now it's maybe hampering his chances with Trump. But the irony is that's Trump's move. That's what Trump does. He's been abusing women for decades, and he makes them sign an NDA and they disappear. And he wants men and, to some extent corrupt women around him. Ghislaine Maxwell is corrupt, his daughter's corrupt, Melania's corrupt. You think these people close to Trump don't know who he is? You don't think they helped him hide it, along with the legion of lawyers and ex-cops and all these guys that protected him? There's a whole industry of that stuff. That's why Trump is surrounding himself with scumbags, Howard Lutnick and the ilk. He wants compromised men and women around him because if he knows you're corrupt, he knows he has your loyalty. And that's what this is all about. That's how mobsters operate. They get you in there real deep, and then next thing you know, you can't do anything about it. Trump already had that dry run in his first administration, so now all he has are the Corey Lewandowskis and Steve Bannons and all these other swamp creatures. And now he's sort of letting them loose on America to terrorize us. They're like angry pit bulls. But they can only damage our spirit if we let them. That's what we really have to protect. Because there's a wisdom, like an innate wisdom that we all need to tap into for this fight. This is bigger than any political thing we've faced in the past, because there's such a spiritual malady at the heart of what Trump is selling and what his followers are believing. And the only way we can change it is to sort of, have a personality change in a big swath of the American electorate. They have to wake up to the fact that they're not victims, that immigrants are not their enemies, that nobody's out to get them, that a properly functioning government benefits them. They want to dismantle the bureaucracy. That's the dumbest thing in the world. We have a very efficient government that would be the envy of a lot of nations, and we're going to willingly let some idiot tear it down, let Elon Musk go in there and trim the fat, so to speak, try to cut $2 trillion out of the federal budget. Where do you think that's coming from? That's coming out of healthcare, that's coming out of Social Security. He's torturing people. The world's richest man wants you to suffer so he can steal more money from the government or help his buddy Trump steal more money. What we have to do is make people realize that's the gig, and they didn't realize it last time because they got caught up in all the rhetoric and all the stuff that, we faced as Democrats. It was, I'll talk about headwinds. There's too many complexities to get into that right now. I just wanted to play my guitar for a minute. Looks like my fire went out, but I don't want yours to, okay? So I just wanted to stop in and say hello. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast, and I'll do another one soon. Get out there and enjoy your weekend, all right? Thanks, guys. Peace.